everyone, welcome to our YouTube channel. Okay, yes, so I said our, and I'm not mistaken, right? For those who know this channel, you know that it is co-run by myself and my husband Tolu and I. And when we started this YouTube channel, we said we're going to talk about love, lifestyle, relationship, career, education, and everything in between. Okay, and so of everything in between, especially in relation to career, is nursing. And this is very much peculiar to me because I am a nurse. For those who know or those who do not, I am a nurse. And Toluashe is not a nurse. He has never ever wanted to be a nurse in his life and all of that. So that's why he is not on this video with me. Okay, so I have decided to have a playlist of nursing based on my experience, based on my observation, based on the places I've worked, the things I have researched about nursing, things I have wanted to do as a nurse, things I still hope to do, based on different aspects of nursing I have worked or wish to work, based on different nurses I have met and related with, or I'm still relating with, who would be grateful to be on this channel to share their experience as nurses in different aspects and organization, right? And so with all of this, I am going to be starting this particular aspect of our YouTube channel that is going to be focused on nursing and me. Okay, so this video is just going to be an introduction to this aspect of our YouTube channel, and I'm basically going to be introducing myself as a nurse, which I already did, but just explaining why I decided to be a nurse, how my career progression has been as a nurse, and what I hope to actually be, or what I hope nursing would be for me. Okay, so how and why I became a nurse. Basically, I have not always wanted to be a nurse. Just put that out there. I have not always wanted to be a nurse, right? So I am a Nigerian trained nurse. I used to live in Nigeria all my life before I came to the UK. After high school, you have to write an examination to put you on the list of admission for a tertiary institution or university. So first of all, in Nigeria, there are two ways you can study to be a nurse. Either you go to a school of nursing, or you actually do a bachelor's degree in nursing, bachelor's degree in nursing. I did the bachelor's degree in nursing in a university, right? And so I needed to write an exam which we call the JAM examination. This is what everybody does to enter the university, irrespective of your course. Right? The course you want to study will determine what particular courses you're going to write in the JAM examination. So for me, the time when I wanted to get into the university, I still had the opportunity to choose 2 courses per university. So I chose the University of Ibadan, and my first choice was medicine. My second choice was nursing. When you write that first exam, you have to write another exam called the post-JAM in the university to put you on for that course, right? So it's not just about passing the first one that gives you the eligibility to write the exam for the university. But when you get to the university, you have to write another exam to put you on the list for that particular course you wanted. When I read the exam, I failed, not failed, but I didn't get the cutoff mark for medicine, although I got the cutoff mark for nursing. But nursing was my second choice. But behold, I just saw the admission list and I saw my name and I saw nursing, right? I was first surprised that I got an admission and I was given my second choice, which is not something that always happens. Maybe God not let me be a nurse, which is not something that always happens, but I was still not happy. It was like a nostalgic feeling for me, because I was not so happy that I got admission as a nurse, but I was still happy that I got admitted when my mates were getting I got an admission for not such a bad course and for a university I always wanted to go to, right? For those that know University of Ibadan, you should know. For a university I always wanted to go to. And so when I got it, my parents were really happy, but I was not so happy. And my parents advised that I talk to people who were nurses. So I come from a long line of nurses, like family. My dad's twin sister is a nurse. My dad's elder sister is a nurse. So my parents asked me to talk to them. I know, looking at their life, I know that nursing has been sweet to them, but I felt that that's like the olden days thing. And yes, they are nurses in the olden days. This is a new generation, and the things I've read about nurses were not giving the right vibes. Like the things I heard about that nurses do was not, I think I just didn't get the right information as at that time. So when I spoke to them, they advised me and told me how sweet nursing was. They were really happy that I actually got this admission as a nurse. But I was not fully convinced, although they allayed my fears, but I wasn't fully convinced. And so my mom said that, why don't I just go into the school and not waste the year? They don't mind paying my fees for me to start, and then in between I could write the jam for another school to study medicine. And now that sounded like a good choice. And so yes, I went to University of Ibadan, and I was in the hostel, and yes, I started studying as a nurse. While I was in university, my first year, or rather my very first class in the nursing department, was so funny for me because it felt like everybody already went to school of nursing. That was my assumption. Of course, later I realized that not everybody, but everybody already knew some things. They knew the answers to this, they knew the forceps, they knew this. And I was looking at myself like, what am I doing in this class? In fact, I remember I had to leave the class to call my mom, and I'm like, Mommy, I think I'm the only one here is a school of, we didn't go to school of nursing, like everybody has answer to things. My mom was like, no, I don't think so, just try to focus. I know you blend in. And I went back in, but just in that class I was able to see like 2 or 3 people. That was when I made my first friends in nursing, that were just at the back, and we're all looking at each other lost. And I realized like, okay, I'm not alone. And then we had eye contact, so we became friends after that. That's when I made my first, very first friends in my department. And so, but going further in the courses, especially in my nursing courses, and seeing my lecturers, researching on them, seeing the things they've done, the things they do, I then realized that my main reason of being in the medical field, because I really do not like the clinical aspect. I like the aspects of like the public health, where you actually have to make decisions and all of that. And I really thought I needed to be a medical doctor to be able to achieve those things. But when I saw this my lecturers, I was prompted to put more research into what nurses do. And then that's where I realized that even as a nurse, I could still do these things. I did not necessarily have to be a medical doctor. And so then that's when my interest for nursing grew. That's when I actually decided to be a nurse, right? And so when it was time to do all those jam for the medical school, I just told my parents not to worry, that I think I would settle in as a nurse. And that is how I became a nurse. So going forward, my career progression as a nurse, after university, I had to do the 1 year compulsory internship in the University College Hospital Ibadan. I think that was the best thing for me to transit from being a student nurse to actually being a nurse properly, right? And that period, I had the best housemates. Like I was in the house, I was in a 3-bedroom flat. I had 2 other people, so we're 3 in the house. I had the best housemates then. So coming from work, I was happy to come and meet these people. And we're all nurses, we're all intern nurses in the same hospital. So we kind of used to see each other, right? Almost every time, because we're in the same hospital, we're in the same house. We did everything together. And then I also had the best teammates. So internship was so sweet for me. It was a sweet way for me to transit into being a nurse with the right people by my side, right? In as much as the work was hard or tedious, but it was what internship was all about, for us to learn. So it wasn't that bad for me, right? I will talk about my internship experience some other time, right? And after internship, I went back to Abuja, Nigeria, where my parents live, and that's where I grew up. So I went back to Abuja, and then I worked in a private hospital for about 8 to 9 months. That was also good for me because in the private hospital, I was able to do some things I couldn't do in the tertiary hospital where I did my internship. Because in tertiary hospitals have protocols that against things nurses can do, right? But in the private hospital, there were a lot of things I could do, like set IV lines, I scrubbed, I took deliveries independently. I did a lot of things in the private hospital within just that 8 to 9 months, and I was so happy, right? And I just started that. I got my job in that private hospital about I think I got into Abuja one on a Friday. On a Monday, I did that interview and I resumed work on Tuesday. So I really didn't have any gap. I just started work. After the private hospital, or while I was in the private hospital, I was still applying to different places while I was waiting for my youth service. And that period was the COVID period. So I couldn't, like, the NYC didn't start, or the school didn't send our names. I'm not sure what happened, but I was waiting for NYC all those period, right? And then the COVID disruption and all of that. During that period, I was still applying to other places because I really wanted to move from the private hospital, and I was applying to other places. And then, yes, I got a job, or would I say two jobs. So there was a time in my life, a week in my life, where I was juggling between three jobs, guys. Three jobs. Like, I was still working in my private hospital. I needed to leave that private hospital. I gave them a notice, right? Because I got another job in an NGO. It's a private NGO, but the primary health care of that private NGO. That was a better step from a private hospital, right? And the week I resumed in that private healthcare, I got another offer for a job in an international organization. In fact, I got a job in the UN, guys. Like, so obviously, I just had 1 week left in the private hospital to juggle with the private NGO healthcare setting, and in between that period, I got a job to resume in the other place. So that 1 week was really tedious for me. It was sweet because I knew I was moving, but it was really hard. Anyways, I resumed in the other private NGO, right? And I had to leave there on the third day I resumed. So I worked just 3 days. I remember I came to work at night because I came to work that night. And then I told the people I was working with that, guys, I just got a mail to resume in this place. And they were like, are you serious? Like, are you trying to think of not going there or something? Obviously, I was going to go there. And the next morning, I had to take my laptop because this private NGO was so good. They gave me a laptop on my resumption day. I already got my ID. I already got everything. I had my personal laptop, my personal email, and everything was being processed. In fact, that morning I needed to see the IT to do some things for me, right? And that same morning, I was going back to give them their laptop they just gave me 2 days ago to say, I'm sorry, I am resigning. It was so funny, but it was for the good cause. And so I resumed in UN job, yeah. I worked in the UN isolation center. I'm going to talk about my experience there. It was the best. I think that's the best time I've worked as a nurse. I had different experiences. I met different people. I'll say that like I hope to get better opportunities than that. But for now, that's the best. I met different people, different. Oh God, I really need to actually talk about my experience there. It was just the best. I worked there for about a year and 4 months. Yes, a year and 4 months. And then the COVID was already transcending or dropping from a pandemic to an endemic and all of that. And the UN had to close the isolation center. And I needed to like move to another job, right? I decided that this was the time when I wanted to move to another country, right? Just as a career progression for me. And so I applied for a job in the UK. My very first interview, guys, was the job I came in through. And I'm here in the United Kingdom working as a nurse. It's been good so far, maybe, but I'm here, at least I'm doing a YouTube channel talking about nursing. And so yes, that's my career progression as a nurse for now. I really hope that in the next 6 months, I'll come back to update this career progression and say add more things, right? I hope that every 6 months I have something to add because I really hope to grow as a nurse, because I have learned things that as a nurse you do not have to be, what's the word, secluded, or you don't have to be, I really don't know the right word to use. You can grow as a nurse in different aspects. You don't have to be stuck on one aspect because that's where everybody is stuck, right? So going forward, I really, like I said, first of all, I really want to upgrade myself as a nurse. So I hope that I come back on this channel and tell you guys that, oh guys, I have moved from this to this. I would like do an update report of my nursing career minimum every year, or maybe every 6 months. And I hope that I every time I come to talk about that, I really have something more to add, right? And I hope that I really do not have to work in the clinical setting for a very, very long time. I'm not so keen on that. That's just what I am, or who I am, or how I want nursing to be for me. It doesn't mean that there's anything bad in the clinical setting. I could still actually be in the clinical setting for the next 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, but I am sure that my end goal is not to be stuck here. That is what I know for sure, or what I feel for sure for myself. So that's the plan I have going forward. So guys, I hope I've not said a lot, right? I really have I don't know if I do, but I think I really have a beautiful nursing career for this short time of me being a nurse, and I hope to have more beauty. So you guys should stay on this channel and enjoy nursing with me. So like I said in the beginning of this channel, I hope to have people come here talking about their nursing, for people to actually learn, especially nurses, or people who are aspiring to be nurses, or people who have spouses that are nurses, or siblings or family members that are nurses, for them to learn about nursing outside of the box, right? It's not just nursing in the hospital, or I'm a nurse, I give injection, all those cliche things. It's not something that you would not do, right? It's something you actually need to do to help you with the experience of doing things outside. But it doesn't mean that it's fully necessary to actually do other things. As a nurse, you can do all other things, not specific to specialties in the hospital and all of that. You can be a nurse out of the healthcare sector and all of that. Like I said when I was talking about when I first resumed in my school, that a lot of nurses, a lot of my classmates actually knew all these things, and I was thinking that all of them went to school of nursing, right? I got to later realize that some of my classmates were very passionate about being nurses, and some of them actually just read or googled about these things before the class, unlike me, who was not so passionate as at that time, and I didn't learn all these things. And so that is why I was misjudging that they all went to school of nursing. But it just shows that they were really passionate about nursing, or about that aspect of nursing. So it means that we could be passionate about other aspects of nursing and try to actually get to that place. Okay guys, I hope that we have a beautiful nursing journey together. For those who are not even nurses, enjoy this journey with us, right? And yes, see you guys in our next YouTube channel. It could be only me, it could be me and Tolu, it could be only Tolu, but we hope to give you guys a ride on this channel. And yeah, please like this video. I'm going to do like Tolu, like he always says, to subscribe. Please like, subscribe, comment, share, and we hope to have a